Israeli forces have indiscriminately targeted hospitals, mosques, cemeteries, and even UN headquarters. A thick cloud of black and white smoke was billowing over Gaza City after Israeli tanks fired a number of artillery shells and white phosphorus bombs at UNRWA's warehouses, which contained tons of food, wheat, and other humanitarian supplies, as well as fuel tankers. Also, a large number of people were seeking shelter inside the compound after they had fled their houses in Tel El-Hawad neighborhood.
We woke up to the banging sound of white phosphorus bombs and tank shelling. Our house was set in fire and we were trapped inside. After we managed to escape the fire, we fled the house.
Israeli tanks and bulldozers destroyed our homes. Hundreds of shells were fired at our neighborhood for hours while we were asleep. Many people were killed and torn to pieces. Many are still under the rubble. We called for ambulances and firefighters, but they couldn't come.
Al-Quds Hospital and the main building of the Red Crescent Society in the occupied neighborhood were engulfed in flames after they were showered with hundreds of shells. The Israeli army also targeted a media building that houses several international media agencies, wounding 2 journalists. Following this attack, reporters in Gaza who were covering the Israeli aggression from the rooftops sought refuge inside another media building nearby.
Although the journalists cannot go to cover what is going on in reality to the hotspots, and they just move from their offices to hospitals and to interview the survived people, but the occupation forces follow them, and they don't want anybody, any camera to cover and to transfer what is going on in reality to the international people.
Thousands of residents of southern Gaza have fled their homes as Israeli ground forces made their deepest foray yet into a crowded residential area. The death toll from Israel's air and ground offensive has sharply risen as the invading Israeli troops, backed by warplanes and tanks, executed the most relentless shelling of Gaza Strip in nearly 3 weeks of fighting. Ambulances are facing extreme difficulty to rescue the wounded and collect dead bodies as they constantly come under Israeli fire. Nearly 3 weeks on, Israeli military incursion into the besieged Gaza continues, rendering it a disaster zone, while some Arab leaders and international community remain surprisingly aloof. Yusuf Al-Hilo, Press TV, Gaza.